Alright, y'all, as you can see, we have a huge unboxing video to go over. We're not going to, dissect the video, but we're going to have it playing in the background when we look at some of the things that we might think are a little bit different, or maybe we did expect. Some of the unboxing videos, I honestly haven't watched. I wanted to wait for the stream because we want to go over it together, kind of dissect the VR itself, because pretty soon I'm going to be able to obviously do the entire unboxing and review the next time once I get my PlayStation VR2. That's going to be a whole fully fledged video, and we're gonna be in real depth with it. So let's get into that. Crush that, y'all. Yeah, I know, it's pretty cool. 9 days for me. Oh yeah, I guess for you it is 9 days because I mean you're in a different time zone than some of us in America. What's unfortunate is that a lot of people from the UK. It's not unfortunate. It's just pure jealousy by my point. Is a lot of people from the UK are getting their headsets a lot earlier, and it's just like, oh, I mean, listen, we don't have the biggest channel here, but we got a great community. But anyways, just let me get it early, you know what I'm saying? Let me get it early. Let me just get it and let me get going into it. So we're gonna have this play in the background here. But let me get it early. You know what I mean? I know everybody wishes they get it, but I'm very jealous about these big channels. Obviously IGN, which they always get this stuff for some reason, but yeah, Quidditch would be a thing. Yeah, Hogwarts in VR. Corey, that's a good thought. Hogwarts in VR was big. My microphone doesn't want to, stay still here. But anyways, I am actually playing. Is anybody in the chat currently playing the Hogwarts right now? Because honestly, I played it. I think one, it would look great in VR. I think it would look great. It's got a very diverse, overall world. It's very beautiful. I've had nothing but fun. There's been some bugs along the way as far as performance goes, but I mean, the game is definitely polished. Other than the performance quality, I'm telling you all, that game's really fun. I'm really enjoying it 100%. From the UK, but we are behind. Sorry, I can't see this message here for some reason. So, yeah. From the UK, but we are behind the Suezes. I'm not sure if I said that right. Maybe I butchered it. But I know everybody in different time zones. So it's actually interesting to see my chat here and stuff like that, to see you guys in different time zones. It's pretty interesting. But yeah, I know UK is a big VR thing. It's huge in VR. Obviously, you have virtual reality Oasis, Nathy. I mean, you just got so many people that are from that, and they've definitely taken over VR. And hey, now we're here in America, we're gonna take it over as well. So it's gonna be really awesome. I'm excited, y'all. Let me know in the chat how many of you guys actually pre-ordered the PlayStation VR2. I'm pretty sure you guys have probably a great chunk of you have already pre-ordered it. But let me know, because I'm interested to see how many of you have. I put a poll up a while ago, probably like a month ago, asking how many of you actually pre-ordered it, and it was a good chunk of you that said you did, and there was also a good chunk that said you didn't. But to be important on that part is that I put that poll up before Gran Turismo 7 came out, and then I put another poll up, and it was like skyrocketed. That was a system seller 100%. So yeah, huge for that. But let's look at the VR here. As you can see, there's a charging dock. Now, important to understand, if you didn't already know, there is a third-party charging dock already made for the PlayStation VR2, and we'll pull that up right now. If you've already gotten it, if you've already gotten the charging dock, and you wanted to, get something else, I think that this would definitely be a lot easier for you to get here. As far as, let's look. I don't know if it's up here. There was a video that I made about it. If not, I'll put a link to the description about it. Very compact headset. I don't know if it's on it. It's just a bunch of PlayStation VR1 ones. This is a kind of one, as you can see right here on the screen, a little bit. But third parties are already making them for the PlayStation VR2. So keep that in mind. If you got the charging dock, honestly, I'm not going to cancel mine because I'm going to still review it on the channel. But if I wasn't someone that did content, I would cancel it and look for a third-party spot, to be honest with you. So, yeah. Patrick said he did from Holland. Wow. All the way out there. It's quite crazy to see how many people get it out there. I want it so badly. Well, boy, hey, I'm sure you will. I'm sure you will. You'll get it. You'll get it at one point. We gotta be a little patient. I know it's tough. We're all in it together. Can't wait anymore. I can't wait anymore either. I can't wait anymore either, y'all. Can you believe it? We're getting so close. Got mine when pre-orders went up. Yeah, and it's interesting. I had a viewer plugged in who talked about it. He said, "Hey, are we gonna be getting the PlayStation VR2 early if we ended up pre-ordering it?" And to that, I don't have the answer because I have not gotten an email or anything like that. So if I get it, I ordered it right on the 15th. So keep that in mind. If you guys ordered it right on the 15th, maybe you'll get an email early, maybe you won't. I have no idea. But I do know I ordered it right away, so I'm going to be consistently keeping a lookout for you guys, hearing what you guys are saying, and I'm also going to be keeping a lookout for my email, because if I end up getting an email next week saying that it's on the way and it'll be a day early, probably not going to happen. You all are going to get it on the 22nd or at least after. So I don't think we're going to get it early, even if you pre-ordered it on the 15th, because pre-orders are still up. You can still pre-order it right now. So yeah, I never had luck with third party. Yeah, that's interesting that you said that. I actually have not really either. I've done some third party straps for my Quest. All of them broke. Now this could have been the vendor I was using, but at the same time, you know, some third parties are reliable. I would always recommend just getting it straight from the PlayStation or from the Oculus website. That's not because, you know, obviously I'm not promoted by any of them, but like you're going to at least get a quality product, hopefully. Not all of them are, you know, quality. In my opinion, I think the Quest should have had the Elite strap built into the headset instead of those terrible straps that put the bulk of your weight on the tip of your nose and the tip of your head, which makes that headset nearly unwearable when it comes down to it. There's a flipping fly in my face. Goodness gracious. Payment notifications and email arrived a couple of days ago from here in the UK. So that's big. So now we're starting to see people getting these notifications. I'm wondering when Sony's going to start taking my hard-earned money out of my account. I ordered Horizon Call of the Mountain bundle. Can't wait. Hey, I can't wait either. That's the bundle I will be reviewing on the channel. There probably will not... This fly, I'm sorry, y'all, is just being the most annoying thing. You can't really see it because like a little gnat. But anyways, sorry. Anyways... Yeah, so I'm going to be pre-order. I've already pre-ordered that, and I'm going to be doing a full review on Horizon Call of the Mountain. That game, I'm really excited to play that game specifically, and that bundle as well is going to be really awesome. I also pre-ordered it. The charging dock, can't wait. Yeah, the charging dock, that's a big one. That's a big one, Patrick, and that's what we were just talking about. Honestly, I think it's very overpriced. $50, and by the way, the third-party one I was talking about, and I'll put a link in the description after this, it was only $30, and it includes a headset stand and the controllers as well, those ORB designed PlayStation VR2 controllers, and they're very compact, very, very compact as well. So yeah, keep a lookout for third parties as they're going to be they're going to be rolling out here soon. I'm wondering if there's going to be other head straps as well. I don't think so. As you can see, this guy right here on the screen, the headset looks very sleek, not necessarily sleek, more like just kind of like fits the vibe of the PlayStation. You know, it definitely fits the vibe. So obviously, if you've already pre-ordered it, you obviously have a PlayStation. And if you don't, you should probably get that because you're going to need it if you didn't know already. But obviously they have those earbuds. Also, I'll be reviewing if these ones are going to be, these are the headphones, 3D wireless pulse headphones from Sony. I love them. They're extremely lightweight. I never noticed that they're on me. The only thing I've had is that it's hurting my ears sometimes after long times of doing it. I wear them when I edit my videos. But I'm going to do a review to see if those earbuds and these headphones stack up against each other. If is it really worth? Because if you didn't know, these are a whopping $100. And they're Bluetooth. They work just great. But are they really worth it? I'll make sure I let you guys know that when we get the review. Not next week, but the week after once I get my headset. So yeah. Hey, what's happening? High five. Welcome. Hope you're having a great day. Good luck in the start of your channel, brother. Great first video for you, my man. Great first video. Fast charging is important. Yeah, so it looks like that's an important one that you noticed. When we talk about the charging thing, the third party, apparently it's going to charge out the headphones. It's going to charge out those controllers in about an hour and a half, which isn't bad. Like if you're going to work, you know, you'll be fine. If it's a weekend, make sure you put it on the night before. Do not know how fast the charging dock will, unless one of you guys know in the chat how much the charging dock is going to end up getting you a faster, speed when it comes to charging those. And you don't need the charging dock if you didn't know, but it only comes with one cable for the charging. Hopefully you've kept another cable around from the PlayStation 5, obviously to charge up those controllers. So I think they're kind of expecting you to have that. But yeah, it only comes with one of those, and that's probably just to charge the headset. Well, you don't even need to charge the headset. You got to plug that thing in. So I don't even know what the hell I'm talking about. So yeah, I have the same headset, but I got it black, and I kind of regret not getting the white one. Just David, yeah, I love the white one, but I almost regret not getting the black one. I like the black one, the black looks, but you know, the black is like almost too much, in my opinion. Like it's all black. One of my favorite controllers that I use, and this is not really off topic, but this bad boy right here, this pink one, it's absolutely beautiful. In my eyes, this is the one right here. I love it. And we're not sponsored by Twitch or whatever's on the screen right now. Come on, get back in. But yeah, I love it. I wish I would have gotten the black one, but you know, at the same time, I'm happy I got the white one too. So all's good. All is good in that department. So yeah, I'm going to use the box, run 2 of the static cables through the box. I keep all my boxes for electronic products. I keep all of my boxes as well. Every single box I got for my PC, every single spec I have is in there. I'm obviously going to have this box probably be a display somewhere in my background. I'd like to get a little bit better of a backdrop to be more VR, aesthetic, but overall, yeah. And as we can see right here on the screen, y'all, the designs look very similar from the PlayStation VR1. Now, the PlayStation VR1 is like pretty much ass compared to this one. Like this is like a 3 to 4 generation, probably like a 2 generational leap in tech. I mean, PlayStation really did a good job. Now, obviously, we haven't had it. There were some thoughts about the lenses. If you didn't watch Nathan VR, he ended up saying a little bit about the lenses, and he had his video taken down because obviously the people that are getting the product early, they're just able to unbox it. Like, they're only able to unbox it. They're not able to do a full review because obviously they want to save that until the launch time. But he got that video taken down for that reason, unfortunately. And I think it's pretty much shit because it's like, okay, if you're going to get the headset, right, that's great. That's awesome. People want to know what they're getting, right? And obviously, it's not going to be all sunshine and rainbows. Like, there's still things that I wish the headset would have gotten, such as pancake lenses. Some people want to say it's wireless, and like, there's the debate that's like, oh, it'll be more expensive. And I really agree with that. That's literally the biggest thing, is it's going to be more expensive if you expected this thing to be wireless. And not only that, the performance it would have had to render all of that being wireless wouldn't be possible if you didn't have that cable. So just keep that in mind. Just got back from Guitar Center. Glad I made the stream in time. Hey, just David, you are perfect on time, man. We got a lot to go over, so we are still in the beginning stages. Guys, if you haven't already and you're chilling in here with me, make sure to drop a like on the stream because it would truly mean a lot. I never remember to remind you guys. And I'm like, I could have easily reminded you guys during the stream, but I always forget. So yeah, if you're watching right now, you're a real one. You're amazing. And if you're watching later, you're still a real one and you're amazing. Drop a like. It would really mean a lot. You guys are already amazing. If you can't tell, I'm a little tired. I'm a little hungover from water yesterday. But I'm still having a great time. I don't know why I said water, y'all. All right, I got drunk. Okay, and I'm 21, so I don't want to hear it, YouTube, even though I don't look 21, but we're there. You see the mustache. The mustache is part of the trademark of this. I saw that on a recent comment on my video. It was amazing. So yeah, I just wish they put the blue strips on the PlayStation VR2. Yeah, I mean, obviously they had those blue ones for tracking, right? You had to be in like pitch black dark, but I'm okay with the design. I don't really care. Honestly, for me, for some people that are like, not VR, like big VR people, they're just like, I want to like come in and have it. Like, if you could look at the design on the screen right now for the headset, it looks fine for me. Now, obviously, like if you're somebody that isn't really into VR and you look at it, it looks dorky. Like, that's a pretty big like thought process that goes through some people's heads. It's, oh, the headset is dorky. Y'all, the headset, it is what it is, y'all. You're going to put on a VR headset, you're going to look dorky. I don't know. We got to get past that. But if you think about just the average Joe that wants to pop in and play his 2D screen game, right? Just have a really good time playing this flat screen games. There is no incentive for him to get the PlayStation VR2. Let's be real. But I do think it's going to be a huge splash in the VR market. I mean, gigantic splash. It's going to be one of those things that when you look at it, you're going to be like, wow, that's legit. That's legit. Because it's like the Valve Index, honestly, except it's just the PlayStation VR2. So you're getting a really good headset into this. So yeah, I mean, I'm excited. We saw some stuff in that unboxing. I actually want to go back and kind of dissect that a little bit more because I know we were just kind of talking together, which is fine. We love talking. But right here, we see the charging dock. Honestly, I don't know how I feel about the design, to be honest with you. I really don't know how to feel about the design. I think the design isn't bad, but I don't know. I wish they would have added something where you could put the headset up here. I really do, because, now you got to put a headset somewhere. For some people, you might not have enough space in your entertainment center. Who knows? Yeah. Like 2 years ago when the PlayStation VR2 was starting to go into development, I'm probably sure there's finger tracking. Yeah, there is finger tracking on the PlayStation VR2. You have the Aura B design controllers. You're able to, if you move your hands up, your hand will move in the game. So that's great. That's great. That's awesome. Obviously, the tracking on the PlayStation VR1 was absolute banana juice. Like, banana juice kind of sounds good, but it wasn't good. It wasn't really good. So yeah, duck, yeah. So that's a good thing that we have that, because that means that we're kind of stepping in the right direction. I look at the design of these controllers right here. This is the concerning thing for me with this, and all of these things are just kind of thoughts out of the head because I don't have the headset yet, but I'm gonna give the full review on it. Obviously, it will have an in-depth way for you to track. It'll have pass-through mode, and just like the Quest, if you didn't already know, you'll be able to scan your entire room so you don't break any electronics. That's also in the last video I just posted as well. That is a huge thing to have because the PlayStation VR 1 did not have that at all. I've I got a quick story. It won't be that long, trust me. But one of my uncle was using the headset and he was playing a fighting game. He's using the PlayStation VR 1, and we have a pole in the basement when I was living with them like 2 years ago, and he's using the controllers and he's punching it and he's getting really close to this pole. I'm not saying anything because I don't know what's gonna happen. Like, is he gonna hit the pole? He takes his hard as he can to punch whatever he was punching in the game. I think he was playing some boxing game, and all you hear is bing, smacks his hand, his wrist, well, actually his knuckles all on the pole as hard as he could. And we ended up having to go to the hospital because he ended up cutting one of his knuckles open. And the doctor goes, "So, how did you end up getting this humongous gash?" Yeah, I mean, I was just playing like VR. He's like, VR. He was an older doctor, and it was hilarious. I started dying of laughter. But yeah, you won't have to worry about that with the PlayStation VR 2 because of the new pass-through mode that they've implemented, which is huge. Okay, thanks. So I didn't see anyone talking about the finger tracking. So yes, yeah, there is some finger tracking there. You'll be able to use that. Obviously, it's not going to be like as in depth as the Quest, where it's like complete all no hand finger tracking. I don't know how I feel with no hand finger tracking. Honestly, it feels weird to me anytime I played it, but I've heard that when people do play it, it's a lot more easier for them to do. So yeah, it just really depends on how much you're playing VR. I would assume a lot of us, if you're in the chat or if you're watching today, you're going to be playing a good chunk of the VR headset. So you're going to get an idea what happens. Obviously I'm going to make sure I spend as much time in that headset before I post my full review and preview. And it's not going to be, biased at all because, one, Sony ain't paying me nothing, and two, Sony ain't paying me nothing. So that's it. And I ain't going to sell out for some product because you guys matter. You guys want to get dude, I remember when I would look for videos and reviews about something, I'd want to get the legit first thoughts. I want to get something like what's going to happen, what's going to pop out. And as you can see, he's opened up the box. This is what you're going to get if you get the base one. Y'all, the only thing that's different about the Horizon is the box art. So if you're getting the Horizon, you were wondering if there's anything, and the code you get for the game, it's just the box art. And obviously, as you can see, it's going to look the exact same once you open it up. I don't think this box that he's currently opening up is going to look any different. So again, I have the Horizon coming on the way, so be on the lookout for that. So for sure. Just David, I wonder how much a difference the quality is compared to the Quest 2. Well, I mean, if you look at the display and the quality, it's a pretty big difference. If I'm not mistaken, and I don't have my notes in front of me, but I think the Quest has the LCD display, while the PlayStation VR 2 is OLED. Now, Fresnel lenses, y'all, that's the biggest thing, right? They're talking about Fresnel lenses. Like, it's a big problem for the PlayStation VR 2. Like, why do we have Fresnel lenses? Like, because it has a problem with certain color distributions at times. It's like, listen, apparently, this is apparently, and actually might already have been confirmed, Sony has patented a new type of Fresnel lenses for that not to be the problem. Now, that was the big thing what Nathan got basically in trouble with, is he talked about the lenses, how there was kind of a problem with it. And the other big problem is the calculation of your IPD. There is no automatic one, which is going to be, honestly, a pain. It's going to be a huge pain because you're going to have to, you obviously want people to play the VR if you have somebody coming over. So obviously you're going to have to, what I recommend is on my phone, I have a IPD calculation thing and it just literally tracks it straight up. So if you have that on your phone, I would recommend you download it. You could do it completely free. And then obviously do it in the headset, figure it out. I wish you would have done automatic. And actually, I don't know what it's like in the headset. So, I've seen a lot of these hands-on reviews though. So yeah. OX, so disappointed to hear that the physical game releases will be limited to very few games. Yeah, I mean, honestly, I don't think it's a big deal, personally. I don't think it's a big deal. It is a good thought to think about, but if you really think about it, y'all, most of us are downloading our games right away. And also, no HDR I saw in the chat as well for the Quest. You're 100% right. But anyways, I'm a big guy that just ends up downloading the games. That's, I got the disc version for the PlayStation 5 just because once the games deteriorate over time in price, I'll be able to buy something like a Watch Dogs or maybe a GTA 5 for like $12, pop it in and have a good time, even though I have those games. But you know what I mean. You can go on eBay and find a game that maybe you really, really missed and wanted to play. Like, for one thing I wanted to do was play Dying Light on my PlayStation 4, and I got it for like $15 when it used to be obviously a huge AAA game worth like $60 to $70. So, It is unfortunate. I know there's a big market out there with people that want to have those physical copies, those physical displays. From what I know Horizon gonna get it. Saints and Sinners, I'm pretty sure. And then some. There's other few games. I don't have all the games, obviously, but yeah, I wish they would have just, made them all the way out. But I don't think it's a huge deal. I don't think it's gonna like really break the bank. But in some ways, I think it is, because if you think about it, as the game deteriorate over time and price drops, you know, Sony isn't going to really lower the price on their website, but somebody on eBay selling a hard copy disc for the VR is going to probably lower that price. Like in 3 years, Horizon Call of the Mountain on eBay might go for like $12. Obviously not right now because it's like $60. So you never know. You never know. But I don't think it's going to be a big breaker. As you can kind of see these lenses here, y'all. If you guys are glasses wearers, as you can see, look at this. You're going to have a lot of space, y'all. And I said this in the last video that I just posted yesterday. If you got glasses that are like outside your normal range, like you got some like square SpongeBob glasses, no hate to what you're wearing, but I'm just saying, obviously it might not work. You can get these, if you do a little bit of research, you can get these prescription lenses that actually go on your headset specifically and help you out a little bit when it comes to that. I think that should be a little bit more known. I have not necessarily heard of any of the big. I actually had somebody reach out to me on email. I ended up not doing it because it looked like a little shady email, obviously, and so I didn't review the product. I wasn't gonna like do a full review of some stupid lenses, but like I was gonna show them at least. But I think that's big for glasses wearers because we want this to ultimately be diverse for everybody, in my opinion. Yeah, I just like having the display cases. I 100% agree with you. 100% agree with you. What are the disadvantages of pancake lenses? Well, obviously, pancake lenses, not obviously, I'm not going to act like you guys don't know what you're talking about, right? With pancake lenses, and specifically disadvantages, maybe it's going to be more expensive. Obviously, that's probably one of the biggest ones, more expensive, because we got pancake lenses, you got very bigger lenses. Also, we talk about field of view. I do wish the field of view was a little bit bigger on the PlayStation VR2. You got a really diverse, great headset. If it was a little bit bigger, I would have really, really enjoyed having that. But pancake lenses are just, a lot bigger. They look a lot nicer. I haven't done too much research on pancake lenses, so I can't go too into depth. But I would just, one of the bigger disadvantages would be the price. Same thing for it being wireless and everybody wanting to be wireless and all that stuff. If I don't necessarily think the PlayStation VR2 is going to be like wildly worldwide popular. I think it will be worldwide popular to an extent, but it's not gonna. I don't think it's gonna beat out the Quest. And we talked about this in the last stream. Buyer friendly headset. You have to get an exterior motive to buy this, which is getting the PlayStation 5, which is great. But remember, y'all, think back to the average consumer. And I'm with you. We're all together here. We want this VR to be great. But again, think about it. Buyer friendly. What do I have to do to get this headset? Oh, well, yeah, you got to get the headset. It's $550, but then you make sure, you got to get the PlayStation 5 too. Those can be kind of tricky to come by. So you can see it's a little bit difficult. Now, I still think the headset's going to be great. I'm not shitting on it at all because I'm the last person you're going to hear talking bad about this headset because everybody wants to justify something bad about it. They want to say something bad. And Sony ain't giving them a lot of things other than their marketing tactics. That's about it. So yeah, Alex, Power Wash Simulator about to go hard. Yes, I agree. That actually would be really, really fun in this game for sure. So yeah. But pancake lenses means no sweet spot. Yeah, I mean, you might not get a sweet spot with it. It determines. Obviously, you're calculating your IPD. It's got a little adjuster. You might be able to see. Oh, kind of right there. I wonder if I back it up a little bit right here. See if he takes it down. Right here, if you can kind of see it. Once there's a better view on it, I'll pause it again. That's your IPD adjuster. That's your IPD adjuster. That's going to be able to adjust your IPD any way you can in order for you to look inside that headset and kind of get the sweet spot. Obviously, when you got pancake lenses, a little bit bigger, right? A little bit bigger, might not hit that sweet spot, but I would assume Sony would have justified that and maybe made the headset wider or slimmer, however they needed to do it to make those happen. But they didn't at the end of the day. So yeah, and yeah, there's no sweet spot. Key to VR, if you don't have a good IPD calculation and you're not able to do that based on your head and your head and your hands, mostly your eyes, then you're not even going to be able to play the VR. You won't be able to enjoy it. That's the biggest thing. You got to enjoy the headset. You can't feel it. As far as motion sickness goes, don't think that's going to really ever be a fix. But yeah, clarity and comfort is what you need in VR for real. You are for real. Yeah, I mean, if you don't have comfort, you're not going to play the headset. Let's be real. That's why the PlayStation VR 1, even though it wasn't the best, as I was like groundbreaking, you know what I mean, as far as like generation leap, it was comfortable. It was one of the most comfortable headsets I ever wore. I can only wear the Quest for maybe 30 minutes, not even, y'all. It was so even with the Elite strap. Now there's so many extensions you can get with the Quest, like I mean insane amounts. But at the end of the day, when you buy it, you really just kind of want to play it, and that's what you can do with the Quest. And if you're talking about average person, they're not probably gonna stay too long in VR. They're gonna be something like, oh, let's have a good time in VR. But I think that's what's gonna blow some people out of the water here, is you're gonna be able to play the VR headset. So I'm excited to see what happens. I'm excited to see what happens. It's gonna be fun. It's gonna be oh, right here, y'all. Right here, what I was talking about right here. This monitor, not this monitor, this little dial right here is going to be the dial that helps you out when it comes to your IPD, and it's going to move those lenses, and you can't really see it. Oh, yeah, I just realized you can't really see it because I'm going to come out here. Right here. That's your dial. Right there. So yeah. That's the guy that spent 24 hours in a VR Minecraft, LO. Which one? This guy in this video for IGN. I don't watch a lot of IGN, so yeah. I wonder if there's any kind of IPD calculation in eye tracking setup. Yeah, that's actually a good point. I think I have, if we can kind of come in here. I'm not going to go too far, but there is. You're going to be able to, once you get the headset on, your IPD will be calculated manually, through the headset. So you're going to put the headset on, you're going to be able to look around, left and right. I think it actually might have a video of it here on YouTube. PSVR2 IPD calculation. So in a lot of first-hand impressions, they were able to do that. And I don't know if there's necessarily going to be one specifically for that, but you can look it up on a recent video. There's some stuff on Reddit as well for that. But we're going to get through this video one more time here. I think we're like right here. He's doing the unboxing of this. But yeah, you'll be able to put the headset on, and it will calculate your IPD. It would be obviously nearly impossible for you to try to get your IPD without that, and having to do it manually with your hand. Luckily, the PlayStation VR2 developers knew that. Again, going over the charging dock, we've already talked about this, y'all. Save your money, in my opinion, unless you really want it to just have it because you're a collector or something. I would honestly save your money. If you've already done it, you're fine. I'm not saying, cancel your pre-order because I think it's still going to be handy. But with third parties coming out, you maybe consider that. Also, I think that they missed Sony, in my opinion. Again, I wish they would have added a headset stand up here just to make everything compact. Then I think it would have been justified for $50. Because like I said, that third party is only $30. So yeah, in my opinion. I just got an email that my headset is shipping soon. Woo! Let's go! Everybody, can we get a clap for David in the chat, please? Can we all clap it up? I mean, that is huge. That's gigantic. That means it's starting to roll out. Now, if Sony were to have somehow, some way said, you know what, y'all? We're going to cancel this. They can't now. You got somebody that's getting their headset already, getting it going. So at this point, there's really no justification for Sony to be like, yeah, we're going to have to push back or delay this because it's just not going to happen. Jones, welcome in, my man. Happy you're here again. Anyways, let's get back into the video. We're just live streaming it up. You never know what the topic of live stream is. It's just kind of, I just like to go off of what you guys go because you guys are some amusing, beautiful, beautiful people. Anyways, these are the two headsets that you're going to be getting. Obviously, we have the classic basic edition, and then you have the Horizon edition. There's nothing crazy with Horizon, y'all. It's just you're going to get that code for the Horizon. But a lot of questions were answered on this PlayStation blog, and I'd like to go over them for a second. You have a real future in this, young man. Well, I really appreciate that, man. I really do appreciate that. There's a lot of things that I'm looking forward to once the headset comes out, and I'm just going to continue to give you guys the best possible content I can make you. The best I can do it. And whether that reaches a few thousand or a lot more down the line, we've already reached a huge amount of you guys, and you guys are all amazing. I'm very grateful for it. You guys, I hope you realize that. I'm very grateful for you. And if you haven't already, you can drop a like on the stream to support even more. Okay. I've already did that twice now. All right, look out. Look at my call-outs today, y'all. Anyways, the PlayStation VR, look at this. Look at this comparison, y'all. The generational leap is insane to me. I mean, it really... Oh, sorry, y'all. I ended up backing out of my chat for some reason. There we go. Now I can see you guys again. The generational leap is insane. So, yeah. I'm really excited about this. OLED, they both had OLED. Panel resolution. I mean, just look at this, y'all. Look at this, y'all. Look at that. I mean, that's humongous. Now, I wish they would have kind of helped out with the panel refresh rate, right? There's adjustable lenses, approximate 100 degrees, approximately 110 degrees. That is an improvement. I really wish they would have gone a little bit bigger. You know, sometimes you just can't talk, y'all. A little bit bigger on this, in my opinion. I wish they would have, because I'm a pretty big field of view kind of guy. I really like having a whole immersion in my eyes, personally. I just like being completely immersed in it. So we're not going to bore you with this, because you guys already know, like, most of this. But there was some really good ones. Cinematic mode, y'all. That's the big thing. That's the big thing, okay? That's the big thing. Cinematic mode. This was something that everybody wanted. Now, obviously, a lot of y'all want the Blu-ray, kind of like the PlayStation VR, not what the PlayStation VR 1 was able to do, right? Have that 3D support and all that stuff. Cinematic mode, though, like, if you were really looking forward to that, it's happening. All we have right now is you can view the PlayStation 5 system and UI in all non-VR games in this media content, such as streaming apps on a virtual cinema screen, content in cinematic mode. You're going to only have it in a 1920 by 1080 HDR video format, but you're still going to be able to play it, y'all. So it's pretty good. GD, what's up, man? I'm glad you're here, man. I'm glad you're here. How y'all doing? I'm doing pretty good. Chat, how are you doing? We're having a good one. Not really into racing games, but I feel like VR might change that. Want to get a wheel, but I want to see how much VR changes the experience before I commit. I think it's, yeah, Grant. I didn't want to butcher your name there. Yeah, I am still on the fence of wanting to get a wheel. Not necessarily on the fence, because when I do get Gran Turismo 7, the thing that's going to go along with it is going to be the wheel rig. Maybe not right away, because I'll do a review on, like, a lot of the trending games, kind of give you guys my first impressions. And what I plan to do on the channel as well, once we do some streaming, is having some stream nights where we start playing some Horizon Call of the Mountain together. And obviously, I'll completely rig that whole setup to make it as best as I can. But yeah, there's a lot of stuff to come on the way. But yeah, I'm excited. It needs 3D Blu-ray support. Will probably be added with a patch. I 100% agree with you, Steve. 100%. I think it needs to. It's got to get that 3D Blu-ray support. I think it's great that you have cinematic mode, though. That was a huge burning question for so many people. Like, will there be at least a cinematic mode? But I think the major appeal for everybody is they want that Blu-ray support. They want that 3D Blu-ray support, as they should. And there's going to be a lot of patch updates down the line. There's going to be a lot of things to go over. Does the PlayStation VR2 support HDR? I think we all know that. I'm not sure who is necessarily asking this question. But I don't know. So how do I connect? And obviously, you get a single USB-C cable. Not a lot of cables, y'all. That's another reason why I think it's going to be very, very good down the line. Oh yeah, this was a I really enjoyed this one right here. This one specifically right here. What is the minimum play space I need? So if you're going to do a room scaled mode, a wholly room scaled mode, you're going to need 6'7" by 6'7". So hopefully you have that. Honestly, like, for my little, I'm trying to think about my little setup right here. I should be able to have full room scale mode. There's going to be some stuff I might move out. Probably not. I don't know. We'll see. But I'll be standing up. I'll probably have a stationary setup, honestly, and I'll be able to move around a lot. Me, personally, I'm a big guy in moving around in VR. I think that's where you get the most bang for your buck. That's when you get the most excited. That's when it's like that's legit. You know what I mean? Like, I'm having a fun time with that. So yeah, you'll need a little bit of room, y'all. Keep this in mind. And again, with that pass-through mode, you're not going to have to worry about anything as far as you smacking your hand on something, because that would be pretty bad. And you got your see-through view. If you were disappointed that it had a black and white pass-through mode, understand PlayStation VR 2 does not specialize in mixed reality, and that's something that the Quest is doing themselves. And honestly, they're not doing a great job. The Quest Pro's pass-through mode, in my eyes, just a straight pass-through mode, not necessarily the mixed reality games. They marketed it to be so much more than it was, in my eyes. And unfortunately, like, when you look at it, it looks like you're underwater. Though the colors are there, they pop kind of weird, everything. It's kind of a mixed bag, the Quest Pro, in my eyes. So I think the Quest 3 is really going to hit differently. Going to be cheaper. But apparently, obviously, they ended up dropping the price of the Quest Pro. So there goes that. And they're having that be an experiment to see what the final price will probably be for that headset. But, you know, we're not really going to go too far on the Quest Pro stuff, because we got a really big VR to cover with the PlayStation VR 2. I don't plan on leaving the couch much. Hey, I am going to be completely overworked here with this thing. And loved the song In the Smoke. Devs talked about fading to white in some scenes in their games, and they had to change it due to it being too bright in HDR. Yeah, it's great though to hear something like that though, having such high, colors popping. stuff like that. And obviously we don't want to go blind. You know what I mean, when we get in the headset, but it's gonna be great. It's gonna be great. It's gonna be really, really fun, y'all. I mean, we're just like, can we just be there already? Like, I remember when we were covering this, we weren't doing live streams back then. We were covering this like 3-4 months ago was the first video I posted on it. I was like, you know what? Let's just see what happens. And now we are building up such a great hype train and such a great community, and it's getting even more fun. But yeah, I'm gonna be like way overworked. I mean, we're talking like, wow. But it's gonna be fun. It's gonna be fun. It's gonna be well worth it, and it's gonna be a great time in my eyes. Does my room have to be dark for the PlayStation VR2 to work? Listen to this one, y'all. We just talked about this earlier. No, it doesn't. They actually recommend it being a well-lit room, turning on your light, right? So, yeah, that's awesome, because that's one of the most annoying things about the PlayStation VR1, having to close all those blinds, having to get all those, taking all that time just to be able to play a VR game. Somebody just wants to pop that headset on and get going. And I'm happy that they made it a lot more easier with the PlayStation VR 1, because only having one cable instead of 3 million cables makes things a lot more easier. So yeah, there will be a demo for Song in the Smoke. Excited to check it out. Yeah, I didn't know about a demo, so that's pretty good to hear that there's a demo. I'm really excited to hear that. Jones, any info on the repair process if the USB-C plug stops working? Are we going to have to send it to Sony for a new cable? I believe, actually, Jones, I saw this in a comment. I never replied to it. I forgot to. I got to reply to some of you guys' comments in the last video. I believe you're able to actually take that cable off if need be. As far as getting it replaced, I would assume you would have to go to Sony. If not, you might be able, it is a USB-C cable, right? It's a USB-C cable, connect, as we can see right here from Sony's answer box, from their big blog post. But unless anybody knows in the chat what you would have to do in that situation, I would assume you'd be able to just replace it by another simple cable. So yeah, included is a cable approximately. Oh yeah, and if you want to know how long it is, 14 7-foot long. So yeah, I mean that's where you're getting for that one as well. But yeah, I mean I'm excited to see what happens. I'm excited to see what happens. With a lot of things. Not necessarily excited to see if my cable breaks, but I mean I would assume, like, when you have somebody that breaks something with the PlayStation 5, or they want to get it repaired, it could take almost a month for them to get going. So that's also something that's like not necessarily the best thing possible going into that as well. So, and obviously go to the PlayStation Direct store if you wanted to pre-order it as well. Just got a receipt this morning for payment from Sony for PlayStation VR 2 happening soon. We're getting there, baby. I believe it's Mikey VR. Mikey or Mikey VR. I didn't want to butcher it. That's why I haven't said it. But I agree with you. We're almost there, y'all. Let's keep it going. Let's keep it going. FT, Rick and Morty, Virtual Rick Ability VR. What do you think about this game? Well, I'm not a big Rick and Morty type fan. I don't necessarily watch a lot of their stuff, but I am not against any type of collab with anybody, because that means there's something going on there. There's probably a little bit of a collabs going on. Honestly, for me personally, it's not going to be like the game for me, but there's probably there is going to be a huge population or people that really want to play that game, that are really excited to play a Rick and Morty experience. Like for me, I would be really, really excited to play a SpongeBob game or a Patrick game. Not that I'm a kid or anything, but that's what I grew up with. And I'm sure there's a lot of people that are Rick and Morty fans, not necessarily nostalgic purposes, but I think it'd be a good game overall. We need BioShock in VR. I agree. I 100% agree with that. I 100% agree with that, Grant. We do need it. We need it. We need it. You know what else we need? We know what else we need, y'all? We need Fallout. We need Fallout to come to the headset. We need some Fallout. We need to get this game going. And again, there's over 100 games in development. Now, again, there is no talk about any of those being AAA, but there's over 100 of them. Over 100 of them. I'm going to assume and speculate that there's probably going to be a few AAA in there. I would hope. Because if not, what are you doing? What are you doing? Lizzie, that would be fun. It would be fun, 100%. The PlayStation VR 2 headset will offer a 4K HDR display. Apparently, it's not fully 4K. It's just kind of like the marketing strategy that Sony kind of wants to do. But it obviously has a great, like, I'm not crapping on it again, but it's got great resolution. As we get closer, I'm gonna be a little bit more picky, right? Because I want to make sure we're getting something good. We are getting something good, y'all. Let's just be real at the end of the day. So yeah, I'd love to see a little slice of Cyberpunk as well. No way we'll get the whole game, but I would love if they went for the Horizon route and just gave it a 10-hour side piece. You know what is very interesting about that, Grant, is that I want them to do that for The Last of Us. I want them to do that for The Last of Us. I want them to add, because remember, there's like a whole 20-year span before Joel meets Ellie. Give us a little 10-hour, 15-hour side piece of that. It would be absolutely amazing in my eye. Calling it now, Spider-Man 2 will have a VR option. Steve, I will hope you are right, my friend. I hope you're right. A lot of people are like, oh, I don't know how this is going to work in VR. It's just not going to work in VR. Y'all, look what they did with Horizon, a primarily third-person game. They completely developed it with the PlayStation VR 2. It's really not that hard. It can happen. It's a possibility. We got to really understand that it is a possibility at this point. Jones, I want more experiences like going into space or dinosaurs or something. Stuff where you're mostly just sit there and look around. Yeah, there's a huge player base for that as well. People that just want to sit down, put their headset on, and be immersed into space or dinosaurs or stuff like that. I agree. That's the biggest thing I looked for when I was playing the Quest, honestly. Even though it is completely wireless, I did a lot more stuff though. But yeah, I mean, I want to look for that too. I want to have dinosaurs in my, sounded a little weird, y'all. Dinosaurs all in my face. Pause. That sounded a little weird, but mostly just having dinosaurs and being in space and being able to see different planets and being able to see the sun and all that stuff would be really, really cool. Wait, what? Says they're too afraid for a sim sickness with the with their major IPs. Unfortunately, yeah, I agree with that one. 100%. I am super excited. Yo, come on, man. We're all excited there. That's YouTube VR. YouTube VR. Okay. Anyways, wet my whistle a little bit. Can we keep going because we got some questions to get into there as far as these that were answered finally. Can I wear glasses? Talked about it. Yes. If they're a weirder glasses shape, consider not being able to put that on, in my opinion. So yeah. All right, let's see what else we got in here as well. Does the headset have a PlayStation symbol embedded in it? Yes, it does. If you didn't know that already, if the headset has a PlayStation, I mean, you can. Some of these questions, y'all, who was asking these? Like, come on, man, ask the burning questions. Ask some of the burning, like, they answered some of it, like, hey, not will it just have cinematic mode? Will it have 3D HDR support? It is in development. You know what I mean? Like, some of these questions are like, does it have a stereo headphone jack? Guys, come on, like. And I'm not saying you guys, but like, some of the people that ask these questions, like, maybe because Sony's probably the one that puts them out there. Yeah. So how long can you play the headset? Like we said, it is designed for long play period sessions. Unlike the Quest 2, which was in my eyes still, and I will never back down from this, the most uncomfortable headset I have ever worn. I'm telling y'all, when I got the headset off, I was relieved. I was relieved to have that headset off. So yeah. Can I move around while wearing the PlayStation VR 2? This is actually a good question. Limited movement is okay when playing content that uses room scale VR playstyle. If you stay within the play area while using the PlayStation VR 2, you'll get a warning if you move closer to the boundary around. And so on and so on. So yeah, I mean, you can move around. If you want to, you can get a little rig that goes up on your ceiling or something like that. That's kind of what I'm going to be setting up. Not kind of, I will be setting something up like that. To be able to have it just kind of be coming from the top. Now, disclaimer, make sure you're doing it the correct way, because if you do not do it the correct way, you could end up damaging that cable. And like Jones said earlier, how are you going to get that repaired? Not sure at this moment. Maybe someone in the chat knows, but yeah. Hello from Belgium. Woo, that's far away. I always loved hearing people that come all the way from different spots in the world, different countries, different cities, different states, different environments, different cultures. It's amazing to feel it's amazing to see how many of you beautiful VR lovers found this channel, this small little channel that only wants to produce the best content for you guys. That's really all I want to do. That's all. That's my love and that's my passion, and I'm not going to go too far into it because at the end of the day, y'all, it's about you guys. That's why I make videos. It's about you guys, not about me at the end of the day. If you want to be a successful YouTuber, anybody that wants to be on YouTube and wants to get where I have gotten already, and this is not me bragging, but I've put a lot of research into this channel and trying to make it the best I possibly can. When you start a YouTube channel, understand you are making videos for the viewers. The viewers are the people you make videos for. You do not make them for you. If you wonder why you don't grow on your channel, it's because maybe you're not posting videos for your viewer, you're posting videos for you. If it was up to me, we would just play video games and I would expect to have people come in, but that's not the case. So I make it for you and I love it doing it. So if you want to be successful, understand that on the channel. That is my rant about content. Didn't mean to hurt anybody's feelings, but it's just true. It is just true. Would play a second a Scooby-Doo in VR. Corey, that'd be a really fun game to play. A little Scooby-Doo in VR. That would be unbelievable. You need a TV or a initial setup, but not after. Yes, you need it right away, but you do not need it after, in my opinion. So, not in my opinion. I don't know why I said that, y'all. It is true. So, you could set up in the living room, go anywhere else with the PlayStation. That was great because but it will have, just like the PlayStation VR 1 is, the whole display as far as like you being able to see it. So, yeah. VR all around the world. I'm looking forward to get my PlayStation VR 2 in a few days. Y'all, honestly, can we just stay here together until the VR comes? Like, let's just stay here until the mailman comes with my VR. Every time I see a FedEx truck or any truck in general that's delivering, is that my VR headset? You know, just imagine waking up one morning. It's an early morning on the 22nd. You're off, and your VR is at the door early in the morning. Oh my gosh, it's going to be amazing. It's going to be amazing. I want Goonies VR game. Goonies is such a great movie, firstly. We'll not back down from that argument. If you want to argue with it, we can do it. Goonies is a great movie, classic. I think it would be great in VR. I think it would be absolutely great in VR. So yeah. 100%. I would absolutely love it. I've heard you can't buy replacement controllers, so be careful to so be careful. So please be careful, guys, for now. Yeah, that is actually pretty alarming. Pretty alarming there, Potter. They made us. I don't know if you got that a lot, but Potter. You know, I'm a big Harry Potter guy. Anyways, y'all. Yeah, that's a big thing. You know, if you can't buy those placement controllers, again, I haven't looked up anything of that. I'm not saying you're wrong, but be careful, y'all. Be careful. Set that room scale mode up and get going and be careful. Again, the ORB design isn't bad. What scares me is just, you know, hitting something, breaking. It almost looks toyish, the whole thing. It almost looks toyish. Let me put something in the background, y'all. We're just talking. It almost looks toyish. So I'm kind of nervous for that. And in that regard, is it being kind of like a, you know, like if you kind of see the controllers right here on the screen. So yeah. Grant, going to be crushed. Grant, going to be crushed if mine doesn't get here for launch day. I always have the worst experience with FedEx. Hope they're using UPS. I 100% agree with you there. 100%. I have not had very good luck either. I've had some packages from Amazon. I've had some packages from OPS, y'all. Sometimes you just can't talk. From UPS and all these other spots. And sometimes when I'm really looking forward to something, it just never happens right away. And I do end up having Wednesday off because that's how my schedule works. I work 4/10s with the Wednesday off, and I get the weekends off, which actually is pretty nice. And yeah, I'm really looking forward to that. And that Wednesday is when I get a bulk of my editing and filming done. So I'm really hoping I get it right away. Ace, PlayStation VR 2, going to be big. It's going to be huge, y'all. It's going to be big. It's going to be a great headset, in my opinion. Wait, what? I love that name. I absolutely love that name. Back to work for me. Only 10 days left, y'all. Hype. Only 10 days left, y'all. Come on, bring it up. Let's go. Let's hug it out, man. I'm excited. We have made it this far. We deserve a great VR headset. We deserve to have a good old time. And let me tell you something right now, y'all. If you were on the fence about calling out, just do it. Just do it. Because you want to know something? You only live once. Would you rather be at work, slaving it away, or would you rather be playing your PlayStation VR 2? Now, unless you love your job, which I would, you know, recommend everybody to love what they do. But if you're kind of like me, it's still working a part-time job, not necessarily loving it, but really loving this, and you want to get back to this and do this, well, then do it. Because just do it. Yeah, not at all, though. Look, 1 second, get water. Let me get some water. Not at all. They're like, look, man, we don't know where it is. It gets there when it gets there. Oh, yeah, it gets there when it gets there. Gets there. Yeah. Unless I completely butchered that. I'm kind of out of it. Like I said, I'm a little hungover. Okay? I'm a little hungover. So if I'm reading some of these chats weirdly, just, keep that in mind. All right? Use some kind of rug under your feet if you want to be extra safe. That's actually really smart because obviously if you have the surface, you're feeling that. That's really smart. I've never actually heard that one before. But yeah, it makes me more comfortable knowing that I've got a lot of space and swinging your arms and stuff like that. Yeah, 100% agree. If you guys need to move something, move it now. Do it now. Set your whole room up. Completely tear it down. But this is my whole studio, right? So I have it all completely designed already. I've already moved things out of the way in order to get the best possible experience when it comes to that VR coming in. So yeah, if you need to, adjust your rig and move things going, do that now. So yeah. Hey, Jizzle, I'm hype AF for the PlayStation VR 2. Well, virtual reality, I am hyped AF as well. I think we all are hyped AF. We are all excited, y'all. And I could just tell today your energy, y'all, you're just excited. And I agree with you. Like, I 100% agree with you. Like, literally, I'm excited. I'm excited, y'all. We're all excited. Like, I think I'm just going to continue to stay excited for the rest of the stream because that's what it is at this point. That's kind of what it. And listen, the title, obviously, of this as well is that it's already shocking people. And it is. We're getting these reviews, not necessarily reviews, but unboxings and stuff like that. We're already getting shocked. We're already excited. All of us have waited very patiently for this moment. So if you are somebody that hasn't been waiting and you're new to VR, well, if this is your first VR headset, you are going to get a great experience. Way better than one I had. Mine first was just like some phone. So it wasn't really that good. Add JizzleVR, which is I think it's me. No, I'm just kidding. Will you be using provided earphones or maybe the Pulse? So we talked about this a little bit earlier. I will be using these bad boys right here. I love these headphones. I will be using these primarily because completely unbiased, obviously, and without even using it, they're obviously going to be better than those earbuds to an extent. The question is how much better? How much better will those earbuds be? Or how little? Maybe they're not. I highly doubt that. But because Sony is pushing for these to be obviously on the top standing way. So they're going to be better. Obviously, they support 3D audio and stuff like that. But I'll probably be using these primarily. Whether or not I want to encourage you guys to buy it, I'll have to review the headset and do things that way. So yeah, they should put Resident Evil 4 Remake of VR. Well, it will have Resident Evil 4 content. So we know it can handle that engine inside of it. Can't remember what the engine is. Tech something. I can't remember. Again, whatever. So yeah, we know it's going to have that. So it's going to be able to handle it's going to be able to handle a lot, y'all. A lot it'll be able to handle. What type of content are you going to make once it comes out? So yeah, I've said it a little bit. We'll be doing some live streams when it comes to playing Resident Evil. When it comes to playing Call of the Mountain, we'll be doing live streams with that. I'll be doing my first kind of play sessions with you guys, and I'll be doing a full-scale review of the game once I end up getting the game, playing through the full game, being able to be immersed in the game, and being able to give you guys a full review on that, because that's going to probably take me a week to do. I'll probably burn through the game, review it, give you guys my first thoughts, post it in a video so you guys can, either get it or not. I know a lot of you are getting the base bundle, so you're not necessarily getting that Resident Evil. I would automatically encourage you guys to get the Horizon, because it's going to be the leading game, really. That's kind of what they're pushing. And Gran Turismo 7 is another game that they're really, really pushing. So yeah, old school Game Cat. Hey, welcome for Game Cats. Welcome. I love them. Love some Game Cat plates of VR2 up pro. Amazing. I'm hoping the InZone H49s works because that's what I've got. Yeah, I agree. I hope it does too. I can't remember. I had one a while ago. I literally was gonna pull it out too today, but I can't remember where it is. Well, what you gonna do? Yeah, pre-order mine in December. Wow, December, October, November, December. I was thinking November was after December for some reason. But yeah, that's what happens. I hope we got a new Astrobot. Oh my gosh, I hope we do too, y'all. I hope we get a new Astrobot. I hope we get a new Astrobot so badly, because it was great on the PlayStation VR 1. I had an absolute blast with that game. Being in that game it's kind of like Moss 1 and Moss 2. I was really able to play that game really well. I had a really fun time playing that game too. And it kind of reminded me of that before I even played the game. And then I played it, and I was like, oh, this reminds me of Astrobot a little bit. Went back to Astrobot not too long ago, actually, and blast. Absolute blast. So I really hope they update. I'm pretty sure they actually are developing something in there. Don't take my word for it. So yeah, GT7 can't wait. Well, I can't wait either. Hit the thumbs up, all. Yeah, hit that thumbs up, man. Thanks, GameCat. I wonder if there will be a big lineup for a 10 a.m. at GameStop. Well, unfortunately, they're fishing. I don't think we're ever going to get back to that moment. Y'all, we can all sing Kumbaya and probably say goodbye, because the days of crashing at a GameStop are probably over. As sad as that is. Do we all remember when Grand Theft Auto 5 came out and people were doing some camps out for that game? I think if there's ever going to be a game that has that impact again, it is going to be Grand Theft Auto 6. That's the only other game that I can consider having that type of impact. But if if you guys were all around me, we're all from different spots in the world, right? If you guys were all around me and we were able to go to GameStop together and have like a little tiny little convention with all PlayStation, this is like a complete dream scenario, y'all. Imagine, it'd be amazing. But I think we got to say goodbye to it, unfortunately, as much as it hurts me to say it. I pre-ordered PlayStation VR2 just because PGGT7. Yeah, that was a system seller, y'all. Huge system seller. We need Blood and Truth 2. I agree. I really enjoyed Blood and Truth in the first one. It was an absolute blast. Also enjoyed with the play. What was it? It was one of the bigger features that completely blew my mind in VR was when one of the characters had a cigarette and you were able to like blowing in the. It was wild. It was one of the bigger things that I was like, whoa, I need to get the PlayStation VR 1. And I did get it a while ago. I actually went broke getting it, but it is what it is. GT7 is the car. I'm assuming you're saying good. Completely off there. But hey, pre-ordered mine day one. It went live. Got 2 of them. You got 2 of them. Wow. Way to go, man. Way to go. I did want to. The only reason I was actually going to give one away to y'all. The only reason I didn't is I didn't want to build traction off a giveaway. Once we continue to do this and we continue to be together live and we build up a great community, I will be giving one away. Again, honestly, probably not too far because we've grown a lot quicker than I've already expected. So yeah, midnight releases smelled like BOLOL. I haven't seen that one. But I haven't seen that one. But there's a lot of games that which one game that I'm really looking forward to that. Oh, No Man's Sky. This is a game that I have not heard many people talk about. I have not heard many people talk about this for some reason. I think it's going to be a really great game. Remade for the PlayStation VR 2. I mean, let's be real. That is going to be a legit game. I just haven't seen it. Maybe you guys have seen a lot more of it than I have, but personally, have not seen it. Oh, I didn't see this one before, but I have a full rig and the DDD Pro. I'm trying to get myself a full rig. I am trying to get myself a full rig. When I do get Gran Turismo 7, I've already said this, but coming along with that is going to be an entire rig. It's gonna have to. I mean, if you're gonna do it, you gotta do it right. So yeah, still playing on PlayStation VR 1. Well, virtual reality. And I think you're the one that also said you were pre-ordered well, unless I'm wrong. You are gonna have a great upgrade on the way. And nothing wrong with the PlayStation VR 1, but it's obviously showed its age. I mean, if you can just kind of see the comparisons here, I think PlayStation VR 2 actually would be a little bit lighter, which is awesome, including that without excluding the cable. But look at the key differences. Look at the lenses differences. There's a pretty big difference there. And the design itself is pretty similar. Obviously, you have these LED lights that they ended up using, excluded on the PlayStation VR 2. So design-wise, I'm happy they stayed true to it because that's what was comfortable. And I wouldn't want something to be uncomfortable. That was a big discussion what we had earlier, is having something be comfortable is a big part of VR. I mean, if you're going to put a VR headset on, I want it to be comfortable. I want something to be comfortable. I want something that I'm going to be able to play for long period sessions. Can't wait for GT7, Resident Evil Village, No Man's Sky, and Saints and Sinners 2. All those games are going to be amazing, amazing games. Agreed. If you're going to do it and you can't afford it, go all the way. Yeah, and you can afford it, sorry. Yeah, I encourage that for anybody. If you can afford anything and you can do it, do it. If you're going to, don't beat around the bush. If you're like, you know what, maybe I'll get a little bit of this, maybe I'll get a little bit of that, then I'll save up for that. You're really not saving. You're just buying a bunch of minute items that ultimately will lead you to what you really want. And you could have just bought it in full in right away. FT, Resident Evil Village is 50% off on the PlayStation.com. I saw that. I was going to mention that too. Yes, guys, if you want to get Resident Evil Village, get it now. Get it now. And there was it had a holiday sale, obviously. That's already surpassed, well surpassed. But get it now, y'all. Get on there. Obviously, you can never really trust the PlayStation Store fully. And that's one thing that we talked about earlier was the hard copies. Having those hard copies, having to use those hard copies, and having them excluded it does kind of suck. Because as the game deteriorates down the line, like I said earlier, you won't be able to do that. And then the PlayStation Store, they're not necessarily going to lower those prices until, some type of sale goes on, or holiday sale. You're gonna have to wait for those things, and for that you just so I wish they would have just done all hard copies for every single piece of game, because it's gonna be nice to have a full game space if you want to display them for some reason. Just PlayStation VR games, in my opinions. Grant, I would love something more arcade like that GT7, though like I need for no, like a need for speed. Would love to drive around a huge city instead of just going around a track. I agree with you. Having something open world, I think it's kind of what you're kind of pointing out there, Grant. 100%. 100% haven't I just picked my nose in front of y'all. Sorry. My nose has been itching the whole stream. I just haven't said anything. But yeah, having something open world in VR is probably one of the biggest things and biggest dreams anybody can have. That's why I'm such a big lover in open world. That's why I'm really loving Hogwarts Legacy, because it's an open world, and having that in VR would be absolutely insane to me. I would blow my mind if we had something like that in VR. Purchase Resident Evil Village at discount. Well, way to go. Way to go. Way to go, Arnold. Potter, Midnight Sky has been delayed, not day one, but in release of the schedule end of March. And they say, yeah, what other game was also delayed pretty big? I can't remember. It was one of the biggest. Switchback. Thank you, Switchback. I was trying to think about it. Yeah, that was another big game that was delayed coming in. But, and I've said this before, and I'm gonna say it again. Games that are delayed, it is not a bad thing. I would always push for people to have games that we just had some girl with a gigantic dog go past my window. I'm sorry. Anyways, like Cyberpunk, when you got a community backlash, give me the game, give me the game, give me the game. Well, it's just like, listen, calm it down, okay? If you want to have the best possible experience, you're going to need to wait for me as the developers to finish this game. I am okay with any developers pushing or delaying games, in my opinion. So yeah. So, delays are okay. I'm personally fine with delays. That means they're working on it, and that means it's going to get out there eventually. I love Firewall. Yeah, that's a big loved game by a lot of you guys, is Firewall. So, yeah, I hope they remaster Skyrim for the PlayStation VR 2. Guys, we can all agree, hold hands and sing again, because I really want that game to come out. Imagine we get Skyrim back on it, completely remade. That game already was actually a really gigantic game for the PlayStation VR 1. Imagine it coming to the PlayStation VR 2, completely well over, like, this is an over, like, will it be something that is necessarily groundbreaking again? I don't think so, but there's a lot of people that really, really want to have something like this, and I'm really excited for it as well. Half-Life Alyx needs to happen. I 100% agree with you. 100% agree with you. Needs to happen. Again, Sony's got to hold some of these, shots they're going to take in the chamber. Quest 3 is coming out, right? Other VRs are being implemented. There's so many things that are coming around the corner, so they can't just give us it all. Because in about a month or two, we got Half-Life Alyx, and we got 3 months later, oh, we've already had it. That's old news. That's great. That's dandy. They got to save some stuff. They got to keep it refreshing overall. They got 100 games in development. My bet there's a lot of AAA games in there. In the light of Hogwarts Legacy, how fun would it be to be like a wizard in PlayStation VR 2, where you have a wand and shiz. Good little word there, Lizzie. Yeah, like I said before, it'd be amazing. It'd be great to have some open world content in there, and it'd be really, really fun. 100%. Sorry, y'all. For some reason my chat just went out. Skyrim's like part of the chat is like gone because of the place everyone has so good, and for some reason I can't see your chat for some reason. I see so good in my opinion. I'm assuming you're talking about the PlayStation VR 2. We're gonna roll with it. We're gonna roll with the punches. Big time. It's gonna be huge. I think it'd be amazing. It was really fun in the PlayStation VR 1. I played on the PlayStation VR 1, so it was really good. Mike Grant can't wait for. There we go. Mike Grant can't wait for more people to develop Haptics. Would love Haptics. Haptic vest for the PlayStation VR 2. Yeah, I mean, again, that would be another like little good external purchase, right? To have a little haptic vest for the PlayStation VR 2. But I think they have, with those haptic feedbacks and those controllers, they got a really good time there. They're doing a really good job with it. So having haptics already in it, like as far as the sensory sensations when you put that headset on, there's actually at the top of that headset, you're going to be able to see something that's going to be able to give you a little sensation when like, I'm talking really fast right now, but like let's say a dinosaur goes over here, you'll be able to feel that. For a lot of hands-on people, that was something that they were really, really excited to get and to be able to experience that. And that's going to be even more fun with more games being developed down the line. I hope Astrobot missions come to PlayStation VR 2. I agree. Astrobot's going to be really, really great. Really great. I hope it comes to it. So yeah, 100% agree with you there. Guys, we're 10 days away. We're 10 flopping days away. I'm going to keep the outro pretty short today. I hope you guys have an absolute great Sunday. Mark my words, RDR2 VR for the PlayStation VR 2 is coming, hence why RS has been neglected. It has been doing in development for the VR2. If that is the case, we are in for quite a great time with the PlayStation VR2. I hope you guys have a great rest of your Sunday. I love all of you so flip-flopping much. You guys have made this 30 million times more fun to do. We are here. We're part of the future of VR. If you're already here and you've subscribed and you've liked, I want to thank you so much. I am JizzleVR. We will be live next week, same time, 1 p.m., to talk a little bit more. I'll have a little bit more energy, I'm sure. I love you all so much. I'm going to keep it short and sweet. Have a great Sunday. If you're watching the Super Bowl, have fun with that. Stay safe. And I'll catch you guys in the next stream.